On the morning of March 11th, 2026, a man walks into a parking lot in Florida and approaches a police officer, his phone already unlocked and ready.
Hi.
Hey, I'm just wanting to document everything that's going on, so I'm pulling up. This is from last night. Did you saw the email I sent you?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you want to go through these again, but I don't know if you listen to them. They're f***ing scary.
He isn't there because someone attacked him, and he isn't reporting a crime that just happened. Instead, he wants one thing: an official record of what unfolded overnight. While he was asleep, his ex-wife repeatedly tried to contact him. Within just 1 hour, she called him 17 times and left 9 voicemails. The two were married for years, and although their relationship ended long ago, they still share children together. That's the only reason they remain in contact. He has since moved on with his life, built a new relationship, and tried to leave the past behind. But as he begins playing the voicemails for the officer, it quickly becomes clear that these aren't ordinary messages.
That's not normal behavior.
I don't know how you make your voice sound like that.
Right.
The voices coming through the phone don't sound like someone trying to talk. They sound like something far more disturbing.
A la madre. Allá va, allá va, allá va. Allá va, ya la vi, a la derecha. No, qué miedo. Sí, ¿cómo que no tengo? Ay, madre. Ay, madre.
The panicked voice echoes through the recording as the driver suddenly slams on the brakes. Just moments earlier, he had been driving alone down a deserted road in the middle of the night, casually recording the dark surroundings. Then, without warning, a mysterious figure appears at the edge of the road before vanishing into the darkness. The driver is visibly shaken, struggling to comprehend what he just witnessed.
Ay, madre.
To this day, the exact location of the incident remains unknown, and there is no confirmed explanation for the strange figure caught on camera. Was it simply a trick, or did the camera capture something that shouldn't have been there? A security guard experienced something difficult to explain while on a routine night patrol. As he walked through a quiet office hallway, he was suddenly startled when a fire hydrant cabinet door slowly swung open on its own. There was no one else in sight. Armed with only a flashlight, he cautiously approached the cabinet, assuming someone might be hiding nearby or trying to play a prank on him. But after carefully inspecting the area, the hallway was completely empty. There were no signs that anyone had been there, and no obvious explanation for how the hydrant door had opened by itself. To this day, the incident remains unexplained. Was it caused by a mechanical issue, a sudden gust of air, or was there something unseen lurking in the hallway? What do you think? Was this simply a coincidence, a staged video, or is there a more reasonable explanation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Oh, God.
It's often said that police officers see things most people never will. Night after night, they respond to calls, patrol deserted streets, and encounter situations that defy logic. Occasionally, those moments are captured by their own cameras, leaving behind footage that even experienced officers struggle to explain. One such incident unfolded shortly after midnight. As a police vehicle traveled down an empty road, something unexpected appeared directly ahead. Standing motionless in the middle of the roadway was a mysterious figure that seemed to emerge out of nowhere. The sight immediately startled everyone inside the vehicle, leaving them with more questions than answers. Take a closer look. Only a few steps from the patrol car, barely visible in the darkness, stood what appeared to be the silhouette of a woman. Her long, unkempt hair covered much of her face, and she appeared to be barefoot, standing silently without making a single movement. The road was almost completely dark, with only the vehicle's headlights illuminating the scene. Faced with such an unsettling sight in the middle of the night, how would you react? Moments later, panic takes over. Oh my God! No! Oh my God!
I left for a while to go shopping, and when I came home...
Late one night, a routine police call turned into something far more unsettling. The owner of an Airbnb property contacted the police after discovering that the front door of her rental home had been left wide open. Believing someone may have broken in, she requested officers to search the house. She assured them that the property was supposed to be completely empty. No guests had checked in, and no one had permission to be inside. With their body cameras recording every moment, the the two officers cautiously entered the house. As they moved from room to room, one officer repeatedly called out, giving anyone inside the opportunity to identify themselves. "Police. If anyone's inside, make yourself known." Only silence answered. The house appeared empty, but something about the atmosphere felt unsettling. Moments later, a loud crash suddenly echoed from the bathroom. The officer immediately rushed toward the sound, expecting to find an intruder hiding inside. But when he opened the door, there was no one there. Believing the suspect might have moved elsewhere in the house, the officers decided to split up and continue the search. As one officer slowly made his way upstairs, he noticed something that instantly caught his attention. A bedroom door slowly creaked open, completely on its own. There was no one standing behind it. After carefully clearing the room, he found nothing unusual. Assuming it was nothing more than a draft, he continued checking the remaining rooms. Then, just moments later, another door slowly opened by itself. Once again, the room was completely empty. By now, the officers had searched nearly every corner of the house without finding a single person. As one of them headed back downstairs, believing the search was almost over, something unexpected happened behind him. The unmistakable sound of footsteps suddenly rushed toward his position. Instinctively, he spun around, but the hallway behind him was empty. No person, no movement, nothing. After taking one final look around, the officers confirmed they had found no signs of forced entry and no evidence that anyone had been inside the house. So what caused the doors to open, and whose footsteps were captured on the body camera? To this day, no explanation has ever been confirmed. What do you think? Was this simply an old house settling, a clever prank, or did the officers experience something they couldn't see? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Police, roll down the window immediately. I said roll it down now or I'm breaking it.
What began as an ordinary traffic stop would soon become the most unforgettable moment of Officer Michael Hartley's career. It was the night of October 15th, 2024. Just before 10:50 p.m., Officer Michael Hartley, a veteran with 13 years of experience on the night shift, was patrolling his usual route. After years of working the same district, every street, intersection, and back alley had become second nature to him. Nothing about that evening seemed unusual. While driving through a quiet residential neighborhood, he noticed a dark-colored sedan with a broken taillight. It was a minor traffic violation, something that normally ended with a warning and a reminder to repair the vehicle. Following standard procedure, Michael activated his emergency lights. The sedan slowed down and pulled over without hesitation. His body camera was already recording as he stepped out of the patrol car and walked toward the driver's window with a flashlight in hand. Then, everything changed. The moment his flashlight illuminated the driver's face, Michael froze. For a brief second, he couldn't move. His mind struggled to make sense of what he was seeing. Sitting behind the steering wheel was Sarah, his wife, the same woman who had died in a tragic car accident more than 2 years earlier. Michael and Sarah had met during college while pursuing very different careers. He studied criminal justice, hoping to become a police officer, while Sarah trained to be a nurse.
Police, roll down the window immediately. I said roll it down now or I'm breaking it.
A class project unexpectedly brought them together, and what began as teamwork eventually grew into love. Not long after graduation, they were married. While Sarah dedicated herself to saving lives in the emergency room, Michael slowly built his career in law enforcement. Although they had dreamed of starting a family, demanding work schedules kept delaying those plans. They always believed there would be more time. Unfortunately, that time never came. Late one night, after finishing her hospital shift, Sarah was driving home when her car lost control after hitting a slick patch of oil on the highway. The vehicle crashed into a guardrail before rolling several times. Emergency responders arrived quickly, but there was nothing they could do. Sarah was pronounced dead at the scene after suffering catastrophic injuries. Because Michael was one of the department's own, the police chief personally delivered the devastating news. From that moment forward, his life changed forever. The months that followed became a blur of grief. He attended mandatory counseling required by the department, but instead of confronting his loss, he buried himself in work. Extra shifts became his escape. Holidays were spent on patrol. Going home to an empty house was far more painful than staying on the streets. Friends and fellow officers encouraged him to seek support, but Michael kept convincing everyone, including himself, that he was fine. By the evening of October 15th, his shift had been completely uneventful. He had already completed several routine traffic stops without incident. The dark sedan with the broken taillight appeared to be nothing more than another ordinary stop. At least, that's what he believed, until he looked through the driver's window and came face to face with someone he thought he had lost forever.